All right, this is the first of my round two matchups, my quarterfinal matchups for my replay of the 2009, not 19, but 2009 2010 Stanley Cup playoffs, alt Stanley Cup playoffs. And if this is your first video, the reason why they're called the alt playoffs is because rather than arrange the teams by conference, I've arranged them by first overall, played 16th overall in the first round, and so on all the way down to 8th overall up against ninth overall. And that's why you can have a matchup like this in the second round, St. Louis from the Western Conference and Washington from the Eastern Conference. In this series, I played 4 games of this off camera. I decided to do this round a little differently. In the first round, I did all the elimination game, or non-elimination rather, games for all the series. And then I started one by one recording just the elimination games on camera. For this one here, I'm going to, this is the only series that I've played so far for the quarterfinals. And the Caps are up 3-1 in it. And so I thought, I don't know, I just thought it'd satisfy curiosity, I guess, for my own sake, if no one else's, and just find out here who will be the first of 4 teams to advance to the semifinal for the 2010 All Stanley Cup playoffs. It's looking pretty good for Washington. They are up 3-1 in the series, and they're back in Washington for Game 5. Also, St. Louis, they did actually steal one in Washington in the first, I think it was the second game actually of the series that they won. Washington, on the other hand, they won both of the games in St. Louis. Washington, as you can see here, should there be a game 6, a little more likely to score on the road, but then St. Louis is also slightly more likely to score at home at Scott Trade Center. So anyway, let's get this one here on the go. And so we're taking a minute off the clock here, and we don't have anything in that opening minute. And we have another minute coming off the clock, and again, a minute of inaction. We're going to advance 3 more minutes now. We're up to minute 5. We're going to get our first goal of the game here because they start with a 2. So the 1-6-6, and the one that I like to look at last is St. Louis. So St. Louis here, like they did in Game 2, taking an early-ish anyway, 1-0 lead here over Washington. Again, this is Keith Tkachuk's and Paul Kariya's last hurrah right here, trying to stay alive here. They both retired after this season anyway. So it's, we're 7 minutes in now, 1-0 St. Louis. We advance another 4. We got to check more closely for a goal, but I see that black 6 right away. I know there's not a goal. Oh dear, that was out. That felt kind of funny in my hands too. I should have known that was going to do that. Anyway, 2 more minutes coming off the clock now, and no goal, but we have our first turnover here. So Washington, it means it's going to go back the other way to St. Louis, and I will advance time on this turnover. Okay, so 2 minutes come off the clock, and there are 5 minutes to go in the first period. No goal there. St. Louis still up by a goal here in 1-17, and nothing doing there up to minute 17. And we're going to have another turnover here in the 19th minute toward the end of the first period. There's 6:64, 2 away from a rare play. And again with that 4, Washington, a lot of 4s there. Well, 3 out of 5. So it's going St. Louis's way. And again, I do advance time because the white die is a 4 or a 5. You advance time on it. So 3 minutes now. We're into the second period, 2 minutes into it, and nothing there happened for St. Louis for the turnover chance and pressure and whatnot. So 3 minutes now into the second period. Still just a 1-goal game here up to minute 4, and we won't have anything in the next minute either. And we're going to take another minute off the clock here where, again, Chris Mason, I guess, holding down the fort thus far, but I spoke too soon because this is, in fact, going to be Washington tying the game here 5 minutes into the second period with that blue 1. I do not advance any time, so Washington making me eat my words. And we have a 1-1 hockey game. 3 more minutes coming off the clock now. And look at this. We got a rare play. Rare play time. Okay. So I have a rare play chart here. And I'm just going to roll 2d6. I'll take the black and white and roll them and see what we get here in the rare play chart. And I'm just looking here. So I have to also keep in mind that Washington here, the rare play. Let me double check actually, because again, rare plays only seem to come up once every 5 or 10 games for me, if that. So rare event, I think they're called. Sorry, I kept saying rare play, the rare event. Let's see here. Rare event. Roll 2d6, add their values, and consult the rare event chart. After doing what the chart says, the new sequence starts. Because I'm looking here, for example, amazing opposing defense. So I guess if Washington came up on the roll, because I think that was a 4, I think I nudged that, then, yeah, I think that would go back St. Louis's way. Huh. I might house rule it here and just roll that once more and see who this applies to. Some of them I know, like home team hot, but let me just do the 2d6 and see what we get. So we got a Snake Eyes. Amazing opposing defense. Doesn't allow a goal for the rest of the game. Wow. Okay, in a playoff situation. So here's what I'm going to do, completely admitting I could be house ruling it a little bit and going outside of the rules. It did come up Washington initially, though. I'll play the tape back. I'm pretty sure it's St. Louis. You know what? I'm not even going to improvise there. I'm pretty sure that means that St. Louis does not allow a goal for the rest of the game. So St. Louis has won. I want to house rule it and say if this goes to sudden death, I will permit Washington to score again. Anyway, 2 more minutes coming off the clock now, up to minute 10. And with the 2-1-2 and the 3, oh my goodness, St. Louis missing it by 1. It's all Semyon Varlamov now. 3 more minutes coming off here, and nothing in those 3 minutes here. Another minute coming off the clock with the 2:64. Okay, and 4 more off the clock. That brings us to 18 and 5:24. Let's see here. And so we're in the first minute of the third period, the opening minute, and there's nothing there either. Okay, 3 minutes. Let's see here. And we got a turnover, so 6:55, and so it's going to Washington. Let's see if they would have scored, right? And I advanced time on this turnover. No, they would not have. And 2 more minutes coming off the clock. Now we got 15 to go in this game. Let's see, a good goaltending matchup here. Mason and Varlamov. Oh, another turnover. So this one goes Washington's way, I guess. And they don't score on it. Another minute comes off the clock here. 12 to go in regulation. 2 more minutes now, so we got 10 to go here. Another turnover, 6-4-1. This time I don't advance time, and I roll for St. Louis. No, so I'm thinking in the back of my mind now. If it gets to sudden death, I'm going to discard this. Because I mean, if this were during the regular season, like the overtime shootout, would that still apply? I don't think so. So anyway, shoot, did I already? Was I? Oh, okay. That's what I get. Trying to multitask. I had that problem in an earlier video that I'm probably not going to upload until later. 2:36. No, not quite. So, okay. Oh, 2:35. Not quite either. And 4 more off the clock. So anyway, that's the end of regulation. Unless there's a 1. Let me roll once more to see if there's a blue 1. No. Okay, so we're actually technically 4 minutes into overtime, and I might be house ruling this a little bit for sudden death in the playoffs. I'm going to overlook what I rolled in the rare event. This has carried St. Louis into overtime, though. They're making a bid for it here to stay alive in this series. Tkachuk and Korea, between the two of them, really trying to catapult and motivate their team. 2:54, so not quite a goal here in sudden death. And again, if you want to do 3-on-3 overtime for the newer seasons, that is included in the game, as is shootout. But of course, this is playoffs, so I'm just doing sudden death. Okay, so we're going to stay in the same minute with nothing. And again, I am permitting scoring for both sides now. Where? No, that would have been a goal had that been Washington. Sorry, that goes up to 8. And this is a 2:22. So that would be a goal if it were a Washington. However, with that blue 1, it means that St. Louis has forced Varlamov to make a big save. And we're looking here again, though. We have 3 more minutes coming off the clock, up to minute 11. St. Louis again. Look at how close they're getting. 2-1-5, 2-1-1. So they're really trying. Tkachuk and Korea just chomping at the bit to get back out there every time they have to come off the ice. Okay, let's see here. 12. No, nothing there. So who knows how long this game's going to last. And of course, just as soon as I say that, is it Washington making me eat my words again? Up to 15. We have the 1:21, and lo and behold, it's actually going to be St. Louis. St. Louis here has won it, so they're going to stay alive here. 2-1 win in overtime here in Game 5. So the series is now, I guess I'm going to just try to make it 2 with that 1. And the Caps lead the series 3-2. We're going back to Scott trade here for Game 6. And so I'll switch the scoreboard around here. I think a lot of them in the opening round just ended up being the 1 game, so on camera. So it would be nice for my sake, if no one else's, we get a competitive series here. Some intrigue. So St. Louis trying to stay alive, still down by a game though. They have to win out, basically. St. Louis must win out here. Where we get 3 minutes coming off the clock now, and we're going to get a turnover right away here, and that goes Washington's way. Don't advance time in this turnover. No rare event or anything like that. So 3 more off the clock now, up to minute 6, and nothing here in the opening 6 minutes of the contest here in Game 6. 2 more coming off the clock, though. And again, there's nothing in the opening 8. We're going to get another turnover, however, staying in the same minute. That's going to bounce back St. Louis's way. And with the 6:15, we're going to advance time on this turnover where 3 minutes come off now. We're 11 minutes in and without a goal. Nothing so far. Scoreless game here. Mason and Varlamov again. Possibly Conklin. Probably not Theodore. So anyway, 3 more minutes coming off the clock now. I hope I didn't just, okay, gotta quit distracting myself. So another minute coming off the clock here. Now 5 to go, and looks like we're going to get a goal here in the 5. So St. Louis taking the lead here. St. Louis taking the lead. Again, they're hungry. This is a St. Louis team that, again, upset the second overall San Jose Sharks in the opening round to get here in the first place. 6:62. It's going to be a turnover, and it's going to go Washington's way, and I don't advance time on this one, and I don't count other turnovers as well, and it does specify that in the rules. I'm not going to show it right now, but it's there. Let me see here. So 18, we go here 2:35. No, that's not good. Sufficient for either. So I got to keep in mind now the 2:25, 2:13. So 2 more here. So the final minute of the first period and nothing up to minute 20. Next roll should get us into the second, and it does 3 minutes into it. But again, no scoring here. So these ones have been low scoring. 3 more off the clock. Now up to minute 6, we have nothing else to report. 2 more here, so up to minute 8 now. And again, both goaltenders have to assume they're getting their shots and their opportunities, but nothing's going in. Things are ricocheting off the goaltenders and wide. It's going to be up to 10 now. We do have a turnover, though, 6:32. And again, St. Louis 4, so Washington will get that turnover. No time advancing the turnover, but we get nothing on it. So we're going to take 2 more off the clock now, up to 12, where we get another turnover here, 6:61. So again, no time advanced, and again, Washington here, and again, the turnover doesn't count in this case. I mean, there can't be a second consecutive turnover without without advancing any time. So 15 here and nothing here. So still, wow, 1-0 game. Mason trying to keep them alive here. Up to 18 in the second period, and no. Okay, so we're going into the third period now. But what do we have here? I see a 2, I see a 1, I see a 6, and I see a 6. Would have been a goal for Washington, is not a goal for St. Louis. They are denied the insurance courtesy of Varlamov and perhaps a young John Carlson and maybe a Joe Corvo and a Mike Green also. And maybe some forwards like Eric Fair. Anyway, so 2 more minutes coming off the clock now here, up to 4, and no, nothing there. Okay, so 4 more now. We're up to minute 8, and again, this has been a dry game and dry turn in the series. So again, we don't have anything here. I do have some games that have been pretty high scoring in this, and we're going to stay in the same minute. We got another rare event. Look at this, 2 games in a row now. Rare event. That's the first time that's happened. So to the rare event chart, we look once more, and I'm going to take the fact that, and I hope I didn't turn that. So I'm going to say anything that's ambiguous goes St. Louis's way. St. Louis is at home, and I'm pretty sure that red stayed a 3 even when I took it out of the tray. I can play the tape back, but if I'm wrong, then it's a blown call, it's a missed call, it's a botched call by this official, this tabletop official. Anyway, so wait, I'm just going to roll the 2. Oh dear, oh no, more further controversy. One of them fell to the floor. Got a little too overzealous there, a bit too excited. So let's oh my goodness, wow! In the tray. I need to get the yellow tray back. I just kind of didn't want to do it because it's full of other dice. Home team hot. Their scoring range increases by 7. So now I'm doing math only up to the 1-6. So 216, and then so that'd be 224 now. 224. I'll just put it there temporarily with an asterisk maybe. So 224 for the rest of this game. Not a whole lot of time left in this game. We are in period 3 here in game 6, and St. Louis is winning it. This certainly can't hurt them. So anyway, that's an interesting wrinkle. I like that one. Up to 14 and up to 14, but with the 1, look at this. With all of that said, Washington with the 151. St. Louis doesn't have that red-hot goalie getting them through regulation this time. I'm glad, actually, that St. Louis is the team that won because of that stipulation. But anyway, we have a 1-all game here now, so 6 minutes. Could we be seeing overtime again? Of course we could, because I have to get to work shortly. So no, here, 5 to go here in regulation. And 4 more in regulation. We get another turnover here, 6-6-1. So no time will advance. Let me see here. That's going to go Washington's way. Could they drive the dagger in late? Look at this. The Caps, a 1-1-2. Oh my goodness. So 2-1. St. Louis has to pull. They've got a minute. Mason comes out. He can't believe it. His head is in his hands at the bench. The teammates are trying to reassure him, listen, we wouldn't have gotten this far if it wasn't for you in the first place. And I've got to consult the empty net, the pull the goalie uh, part of the instructions here for this. I mean, I kind of have it, off by heart in my head, but I'm just going to have it here anyway to have a closer look. And I'm not going to advance time because logically it would have. Well, no, I will. You're not supposed to in the instructions. So, okay, 65. 65. The losing team scores. The third period ends. We've got back-to-back sudden death overtime here. We are going to overtime in Game 6. I almost wanted to say something else. You probably know what, but I'm not going to say. We are going to overtime here in Game 6. This is Pittsburgh, Washington, circa 2018, where they got as close to a certain other game as they could. Crosby shouldn't have slew-footed Kuznetsov. Anyway, look at that. 2 dice now. That's me being naughty. 2 dice exit the tray. So anyway, it's going to be here being naughty and snotty. It's going to be here 3 minutes into the sudden death OT in the 6-2-4 and the 5. It goes back Washington's way, and we advance time because of that 4. So okay, so 3 more off the clock now. 6 minutes into sudden death with nothing. Okay, so we're going to take 2 more here, a 8, and again, we have a 6-1. That's a breakaway. That's a breakaway. And that St. Louis 5 means it goes back Washington's way. So, unfortunately, Nick Backstrom perhaps. They have Carl. No, they wouldn't have Carl Hagelin. What am I even thinking? Somebody fast. Maybe Mike Green or so. Anyway, Carlson can skate. Anyway, they 3-2 is your final score here. Washington has the Caps have won it here, so the Caps win in 6 games, with both games 5 and 6 going to sudden death. I'm quite sure that the first 4 games of the series did not go to sudden death, but this one did. Anyways, I think I alluded to there at some point in this video, I do have to get going to work, and of course, just my luck, I kind of thought, oh, sure, Washington's up 3-1. What could possibly elongate this video and series? What could possibly extend it? Keith Tkachuk and Paul Kariya having a heck of a lot of heart. Had this again, you have to imagine now, what if this were real? Again, the storyline, the headlines going into this one would be that for Tkachuk and Kariya, this is one last gasp. They gave it their all. They can hold their heads high. They do not have to hang their heads in shame. They basically got it as close to a Game 7, which I didn't want to say, but they got it as close to a Game 7 as they possibly could have without actually getting it to a Game 7. So there you have the Caps win it in 6 in overtime. Anyway, anytime, any consideration you give to anything like this, while it's never expected, it is always appreciated. And cheers, thanks, and stay safe, happy, healthy, and warm over the holidays. All right, bye for now.